Hello, how are you doing today? Um, the CDC, which I thought was defunct, but I guess not, um, posted some numbers saying that the American birth rate is the lowest it's ever been, and it's no longer at replacement levels. So it's been discussed a lot in the media and on social media. And let's see, I've seen commentary on Facebook that said things like, well, you know, take the government out of the system and it will go back up. And let's see, hey, well, I want 50-50 from the start and no child support. And yeah, it'll go back up. It's kind of funny to me that they think that that is the case because I feel like if that is what men feel like the mother of their child deserves, and if that's what they feel like they have to offer, and if that's their level of love and commitment, then women probably need to make the birth rate go even lower if that is what is being offered here. I would say, take it all the way to zero, but I do think that there are some solid guys out there. So I think those couples need to have like 10. I'll pray for them. They need to have like 10, and then other people just have like zero. So that's it. If that is all that men really want to offer. Um, there's no talk of, forming a family, uh, being committed, being together, seeing your child every day. So I don't know. It is what it is. And also, I feel like that mentality is a little bit delusional because just basic statistics, most people don't make that much money to be fighting over money in a divorce. And most men would benefit from marriage simply because women work. In the delusional thought process comes from watching celebrities who go through divorces and everything's split down the middle, and you know whatever, everything's just like split down the middle. But a lot of those guys don't complain, and then they'll go get married again like right away, like pretty much Jeff Bezos or somebody like that. But yeah, it's just delusion. And again, a lot of the thought processes that men put on display on social media are just really just disrespectful. And men have been on social media for years now saying that they don't want to get married, they don't like women in this country. Sometimes it comes down to race. A lot of people say, like in my ethnic group, they have a lot of harsh things to say about black women. So I don't know why people are sitting around like scratching their head about this. I don't know what people want and expect from women when men are not really very family oriented. A lot of them, not all, but a lot of them simply are not. Because remember, I am pro patriarchy over here. I am pro let men lead, let men lay the foundation, and without that happening, the birth rate will probably go lower, and it probably should go lower, honestly, because I don't think that children should be subjected to the nonsense that some men seem to think is the best case scenario, like 50-50 custody, no child support on a newborn. That is horrible. That is disgusting. That is sad. That is a nightmare. If that was my life, that would mean that like everything went wrong. So if that is the ideal, in my opinion, I think that it's a good thing that the birth rate is going lower. Not that I'm against children or anything like that. That has nothing to do with children. It has to do with um, forming a family, like, and having some respect for marriage. That's what I'm talking about right now. If that is not there, then I think we're probably better off with a declining birth rate, to be honest. Now, women. There's a lot of women on the internet talking about, oh, I'm child free. Da, da, da. I think those women are kind of weird. Not that I think there's anything wrong with not having children. I don't have them, but those girls are kind of weird. But here's the thing. I honestly believe if those girls, even these like hardcore weird like feminists, as long as they're straight, if they met a man who really invested in them and they really formed a relationship and she really felt like she could trust that man, I believe that most of these women would invest in that relationship and have children. So, I don't really believe those girls. I just believe that they have not, most of them, a lot of them, not all, again, they just haven't really had the opportunity to have children, which I don't think a lot of women do in this day and age, if we are being honest. So, yeah, we have fallen really, really far from God. Men who are supposed to lead and lay down certain foundations in society, a lot of them are very, very far from God. So, why make children suffer? Let me read this to you. This is from Facebook. Simple solution. Take the government out of the marriage business, and let religious or non-religious sects deal with that. Take the government out of alimony and child support industries and start making people make better decisions based on logic. It looks to me like people are making better decisions based on logic. And let's see. Here was another one. I'm on my tablet now. It's kind of slow. Okay. This is another quote, brilliant quote from Facebook. If you take the child support away and make it 50-50 custody, I got 15 loaded, ready, something, I don't know, some emoji that won't display. And I'm willing to take care of mines without any government assistance. Then I said on here, if this is what men have to offer, the birth rate needs to go down further. And let's see. One person said, and this is a man, said, how about just not have kids with women you have no intention on marrying? Somebody else said, or you can just marry the mother. I don't know, bro. No child support may equal no kids, laughing face. They got contracts. Then another person says, hell yeah, brother. So see, we've just strayed very, very far from God. So that's where we are in the world today. So I don't know. God bless all the solid couples, couples where, there's a solid man laying a good foundation and leading and knows the Lord. I hope those people have 10 kids. And then other people probably just need to have like none, honestly. And I want to say one of these stories said that it's not so much that not as many women are becoming mothers as they're having fewer children. I think that's what they said, because the birth rate is going down per women. So what I think is happening there is that people aren't staying together long enough, because to have a family where there's maybe like 2 to 5 kids or something, like 2 people need to stay together for a while, like at least like 10 years or something. I mean, it needs to be like a family with a foundation. And I think that there's a lot of baby daddy culture like all over the place, and like those relationships don't tend to last very long most of the time. And I remember when people on YouTube first started talking about how, oh yeah, well, we don't need the government in it. Marriage is just a slip of paper. But I mean, in all actuality, people do not stay together that long when they're not married. They really don't. Now, people, I mean, maybe some do, because people will claim that they do, but I don't know that that's really true, because people go back and forth and stuff like that. And then if they go and get married, then they're just going to say, oh, yes, we were together for 10 years, but realistically, it was very on again and off again. And like half of that was just drama. So, yeah, there is all of that. Yeah, so there's my thought on that. I do not think that a lower birth rate is a bad thing under the current circumstances, because, a lot of men are not bringing the right attitude towards, fatherhood and respect for women, respect for their potential child's mother, respect for marriage, biblical values, etc. So I don't think that it's a bad thing, but hopefully people who have the right kind of relationship will just have more make up for everyone else. So yeah, that is what it is. Another thing I wanted to point out is that when I used to use Twitter, it was almost kind of hard to avoid some of these conversations and arguments about paying for dates. I don't use Twitter at all anymore, but I did get to a point where I had to just start blocking a lot of people because I just got sick of hearing it. And if you went on Twitter today, someone right now is probably arguing about paying for dates. And so these guys, they would argue daily, tooth and nail. I mean, men who are my age, about like going on dates at like chain restaurants. If you can't pick up the tab at, I don't know, TGI Fridays or Applebee's or something, you're probably not going to be able to support a household either. And it does require support because pregnancy is not 50-50. So I don't know, in my opinion, a woman is going to need a man who she can rely on to support her, when she's pregnant and, when she has a little baby to take care of. Now, I understand a lot of people don't make that much money, so I'm not saying that the woman shouldn't work. I'm not trying to be all up in people's business, but it's just like, I think it would be good if people could prioritize their pregnancy and having a little baby, at least like for the first 3 years, because a lot of people's like sense of self is established in like those first 3 years. And I think that even the best daycare probably creates little psychos on some level. So I don't know, but that is not my business. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Oh, and another thing that I thought was terrible. I saw a news report about America's birth rate, and they had this like expert on there, and they asked, why is this a problem that the birth rate goes down? And this expert said, well, we don't have enough future workers. I don't know, it sounds like the 1820s or something like that, just go out and breed so we have more workers, what does that sound like to you? But anyway, I just thought that that was very dehumanizing. I mean, they're dehumanizing people that have not even been conceived, and that's all they see them as a worker, a taxpayer, somebody who can be put in some sort of government institution and someone else can make some money off of it. So I don't know, it's a sad state of affairs. But, babies are cute. I like kids. God bless anyone, who has a young family. I think it's great. But the circumstances need to be right, and the couple needs to be right. There's a lot of problems in the world, but I think that a good home life And a, good family life can help a child overcome a lot of that. Socially, materially, a good family can overcome a lot of that. So people that want to have children, have the right family life. And like I said before, I am pro patriarchy. So I think that men need to lead that, and men need to lay the proper foundation. Thank you. Bye.